Good day, everyone. My name is Jalimi Lagorta, a Bachelor of Secondary Education, third year. Now, I will be discussing my assigned topic, which is Fiedler's Contingency Model of Leadership. So, what is Fiedler Contingency Model of Leadership? Fiedler's Contingency Model Leadership suggests that there is no one-size-fits-all leadership style. Instead, leadership effectiveness depends on how well a leader's style matches the situation. I think this is a practical approach because it's an acknowledge that different contexts require different leadership methods, which is often true in real-world settings. It moves away from the notion of a universally effective leadership style, emphasizing adaptability instead. Next is leadership styles. Fiedler identifies two main leadership styles. First, task-oriented and relationship-oriented. Task-oriented leaders focus on getting things done efficiently, while relationship-oriented leaders prioritize building strong team connections. These distinctions make sense because leaders naturally lean towards different priorities. Some are more goal-driven while others focus on team dynamics. Recognizing this can help organizations place leaders where they'll be most effective. Next is least preferred co-worker or LPC scale. The LPC scale is used to determine a leader's style by asking them to describe the person they least enjoyed working with. A high LPC score suggests a relationship-oriented leader, while a low score points to a task-oriented one. This is an interesting approach because it measures underlying value rather than just behavior. However, it's worth considering how personal biases might influence these ratings. Next is situational favorabilism. Situational favorabilism is about how much control a leader has based on leader-member relations, task structures, and the position power. I think this is a valuable component because it's acknowledged that leadership is not just about the leader. It's also about the environment. By assessing these situational factors, leaders can be understand how much influence they truly have. Next is matching leadership style to the situation. The model suggests that task-oriented leaders are most effective in very favorable or very unfavorable situations, while relationship-oriented leaders perform based in moderately favorable contexts. This is a practical insight because it shows that neither style in universally better effectiveness depends on the situation. It encourages leaders to be strategic about when and how they apply their strength. Then, amplification for leader. The model highlights the importance of self-awareness, situational analysis, and matching leaders to appropriate situations. I think this is particularly useful because it promotes a more dynamic approach to a leadership development. Leaders are encouraged to understand their style and strategically adapt the different scenarios rather than sticking rigidly to one approach. Lastly is a criticism of the model. Critics argue that the model is too rigid because it assumes leadership styles are fixed. The LPC scale can be subjective and the model of exemplifies complex situations. This is criticism are valid as a real-world leadership is often more fluid and complex leaders can learn and adapt over time, and situational variables are usually more nuanced than the model suggests. However, despite its limitations, the model provides a useful framework for understanding how leadership effectiveness depends on the context. And that's all. Thank you.